What's up? Ladies and gents. Yeah, everyone else. Slappy here with DTM 540 Clubhouse. Back to some more adventures here in the shop. And as you know, we're on the old Scrambler project. So we are going to get just kind of a simple yet not simple thing done today. I really want to mount that speedometer because, let me show you. Harry was here yesterday with me as we were working on our 426F, which is now running freaking amazing. Put the video in right here. Big bore moto. Started by this guy. Hell yeah. And while he was in limbo, waiting for me to finish up some things, he polished out the glass on this, and look at that. It is nice and, well, semi-shiny. It's still yellowed, but it shows its age, and I love it because we have an amber light and some yellow accents, so freaking who cares? Whatever, it works. But what we need to do is we need to actually put a mount onto this, or onto the, a mount onto the, carry the 7 divided by 30. We need to weld a mount onto the speedometer that will kind of coincide with the mount that's on here, that's stock. So that way we can plug in our speedometer cable, whoop, and be good to go. Now, I did confirm in the last episode that that Speedo does work. We do have some electrical hookups, which I'm assuming is for the neutral switch and something else, who knows, but we're going to make that happen. So, oh, God, I'm dizzy there. So, as you notice, the ATC 125 is back. And thank you all freaking so much for following along with that project. That, to this very day, until maybe when that's done, this is my favorite freaking project. But we brought it back here to do some tuning because I think we can get some more MPH out of this thing. So it's going to be here off camera. We'll tune it. We'll do some shorts to kind of keep you updated on how that goes. But yeah. Oh, God. So cool. And the other thing is that loud noises. Our local speedway, Santa Maria Speedway, little props to you guys. Hopefully you'll let us get out there to make some content. They occasionally do circle track, bring what you have type races. Well, the old owners did. I don't know about the new ones. And so we're hoping that once this is tuned, that maybe they'll do one of those races and then we can, you know, take it out there and bring what we got and freaking hopefully shred some circle action. Turn left, left. Little homage to NASCAR fans out there. But anyways, back to the mount. So we have some metal that we're going to use, and believe it or not, the metal that we're going to use to weld onto the mounting bracket that it was broken on the Harley mount bracket thing. Why am I having such a hard time talking today? But anyways, we're going to bend and cut this into shape to where we can weld it to that mount and mount it to that and mount. And if I say mount one more time, I'm going to punch myself in the face. Mount. So with that, oh, so what I was getting at was that this piece of metal actually came off of a shipping crate for a motorcycle, and it was something that was in a scrap pile that we picked up, and it actually came along with that metal right there, and I just thought it'd be cool to use a scrap metal from a scrap shipping crate that shipped a motorcycle to put on our freaking motorcycle. What the hell? Freaking thought I got rid of that cat. So yeah, come along and let's make some stuff happen. Oh yeah, and I switched the motorcycle tables because when we were working on our 426F, it was so much easier being able to have the up down, and on this snap-on one we don't have that. It is static mounted. We are looking to fix that, but I want to be able to go up and down and blah 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 blah. So I'm gonna lower this thing. We're gonna start marking out some stuff, and let's freaking make a mountain. I'm gonna shut up, but that was 5.5 minutes of nonsense. Okay. Okay, well, that went freaking amazing. It's all done. Like, I know it was some bending and whatnot, but I mean, there's full access for the cable. There's access to mount. There's access to mount the speedometer back in, but it freaking worked out perfect, and I really didn't have to modify a whole lot. So yeah, I love when it goes that way. I guess it shows progression. I want to say that it does. I like knowing that I can come up or think of something on the fly and then literally make it happen within hardly that much time at all, and effort too. And the effort thing isn't a laziness factor. It's more of just like timing. I want to get this stuff done, you know? I do have to admit, I do think about it sometimes the night before, but I generally don't actually do it until I get to the shop. And I look at what I have to work with, and then I base it off of that. But when we start getting into some of the bigger vehicles, obviously the fabrication aspect of stuff has to happen for safety and whatnot. And the same for the little ones as well. But I'm just saying, smaller parts, less to have to really kabobble, and then, yeah. So we're going to piss. So we're going to piss. We're just going to take a good old piss. Oh, dude. We're going to piece this back together, get it on the bike, and then we can see about what our next little task is going to be, because this took a lot less time than I expected. Yeah, we may, yeah. All right, let's do it. Yeah, I like it. It looks freaking good. It came out good, and if you saw, I was finagling with it. It was pretty bouncy, and it was actually touching the crossbar. So if I really wanted to, I can make some adjustments to it. I can bend it up a little bit more. But I was planning on running a crossbar pad anyways, and it literally snugs it up, and it fits on there perfect. And even when that pad wasn't there, it was not fully touching, but with vibrations from riding, it definitely would have touched. It would have bugged the piss out of me. So with this there, makes it perfect. It actually makes it nice and snug. It's good to go. And yeah, I'm freaking pumped. So I did a little adjustment on the headlight, raised that up a little bit more. That cleaned up that area, made it just a little bit more tighter. And I know that as we're going to be doing adjustments and wiring, we're going to be moving and doing and blah, 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 and mounting and blah, 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 because that's just what you do. You adjust, you recalculate, adjust again. So for now, that little front zone's looking pretty good. I really don't think I need to add much more other than the key switch. That is the only other thing. And I haven't decided exactly how I want to do that yet. I do have something that is already built that I'm looking at that I might be able to sneak in, actually. Let's try this. Yeah. Well, I don't love it, but I don't hate it. Oh, that's funny. I actually originally had this little mount on the dirt bike bobber, so when I first did that. But this one actually doesn't look that bad, and it's kind of funny how it's all tucked away in there. And I mean, like I said, this is a Scrambler. Scramblers are basically like chopper dirt bikes, you know? Like, you just make use of what you got. And since this is going to be street legal, I do need an ignition switch so that way I can be safe and people can't just run off with my bike. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it for now. I'm kind of cool with it. Let me know what you guys think. If you were to see it in person, it actually fits the bill quite nicely. Like, a lot of this stuff is just kind of cattywampus together respectfully and nicely, but it kind of works. And to tell you the truth, if that's not a good spot for it, ooh, I just thought of something else. If for some reason that gets in the way too much, I can bore one of those holes out right there and utilize that, because there's plenty of room for clearance. So yep, we're in a little bit of a debacle, but yeah, that's solid. I like it. And from pretty much every angle, it's looking pretty like complete. It looks like a bike should. So I'm excited about that. There's a little bit missing right here, which we'll figure out. We'll find what we need to do in this zone and go from there. But I like where it's all headed. It looks really clean. And I just realized the headlight wasn't even straight. So now that the headlight's straight, or kind of more in the area where it's going to be, it looks even better. God, freaking love doing this so much. Seriously, genuinely love it. If you have a passion to learn how to do something, pick up a wrench, pick up a freaking pencil, pick up a spoon or spatula, or I don't know, knife. Just pick it. You chef people, you know what I mean. So just do it, because like this, I didn't know how to do all this. This is all stuff that I've learned over the years. I've been a curious kid my entire life. And that's just how I roll. And now, because of it, projects coming out of the butthole. So anyways, I think we're going to call it good for today. I really like that progress. Like, even just that little ignition deal. Huge, huge. So now that we got most of that figured out, I think we are going to call it good for today, because I did a lot yesterday and I'm really sore and tired, and this is a good finish off point. I'm liking where this is heading. I'm schnizzing where this is schnozzing. I'm into but we are going to probably do one more thing before we shut down this episode. I do have a couple things that need to be modified. In a sense, I'm not quite ready to do the tank yet. I was going to do the tank this episode, but I decided let's wait on that. Let's get some more of the smaller stuff handled. We'll get the tank on when it's ready. That'll probably be a couple episodes from now. But I do have some other things. So I'm going to figure out what next needs to go down, and then we'll take it from there. I think I already know what it's going to be. But you have to wait until tomorrow or Tuesday. Or, you know how we roll. All right. See ya. Yeah. I'm sorry. Let's get into it. After much deliberation, I was trying to figure out what else we could do to extend our continuation of fabrication on this build. And I was thinking about it. Though we have quite a bit done as far as, and quite a bit to do, within all this stuff, we want to kind of keep it in sequence to what's going to make it easier as we continue building things. And what I was thinking is that at some point we are going to need this thing on its kickstand to make sure that things function when it's not being held up by a motorcycle lift. And just for overall kickstand. Got to have a kickstand if we're going to ride this thing on the street. So with that, we're going to customize this kickstand that we had laying around the shop. And I figured we could cut down the foot, modify the hole to where it'll fit in the actual bike kickstand hole. And then there's actually a place where the spring for the original one connected right there. And I felt that we could just drill a hole and kind of make that like a, like a safety type thing. I don't know. But anyways, we'll figure it out. We do have a bunch of scrap metal that we can use. It doesn't have to look pretty. It just has to function. And since this one needs to be extended, I was trying to figure out how... Okay. I was going to try and figure out how we're going to possibly do that because I don't know exactly how it needs to be without cutting, welding, tacking, trying again. So why don't we just measure a bike that we already have here? And I'm going to tell you what my theory is. Here, let me show you. Okay. So we're just going to use our 1959 Nash motorcycle stand. And what my theory is that if our distance from the ground to this bolt, the actual mounting bolt, is 15 inches, and then we go to that same bolt, but from the base of the kickstand, that's 16 and a half inches. That means there's an inch and a half distance from this compared to this. So it's like axis triangular thing. I suck at math. So if we do the same measurement over here, take care of your teeth, kids. And we go down to this one, where this one is saying that it's 12 and a half inches. That means if we do a 14-inch kickstand, we'll have that inch and a half axis triangular, whatever you call it. Hell, I freaking really suck at math. And it should work. In theory. So we're just going to go off of those and make a 14-inch kickstand, freaking drill some holes, bolt it. We're going to time-lapse this sucker as we always do. And let's just see if we can make it work. I think it's going to function. I think it's going to work. And then we'll call it good. So let's get to freaking fabricating. Yeah. All right, so before we get started, we actually need to find what we're going to use to extend this sucker. And we need a base plate too. So this is the exact reason why I keep pretty much everything. Oh, because look at that. Look at that right there. Literally right freaking there. Which is perfect. And then we need, of course, something right there to sleeve it. Holy crap. Although, rusty and crusty. That's kind of more the look I'm going for. And there's another sleeve right there that we can totally use that already has a hole in it. I do need to cut the other end though. Oh my God, I'm finding all kinds of good stuff. And, oh! So believe it or not, that's actually freaking perfect. That is from our wheel adapters for our little Wasteland Racer rig. So wow, I think between all that stuff, we're going to be able to find a nice little combination of something that will work and sleeve into place, and then we can weld it and call it good. Weld that to the base. Heck yeah, I freaking love it. All right, let's get to a fabric. right, well, there she is, and she still haven't learned my lesson. Okay. Okay. A little fresh off the old welder and grinder there, buddy. But this is, believe it or not, exactly how I expected it to turn out. I love it. I want the rustic look. I like the random just nonsense, and it's freaking solid. She is solid. So my angle might be a little bit off, but that's okay. We can readjust on that. We'll just bend it at the bottom. But now we're going to put the old Holski in there, cut what we need to off of that, and then we'll permanently mount. So let's go test putting a bolt through that and getting it at least at a point where we can measure out where that's going to be. Or actually, we'll just do this. We'll take, that's still hot. We'll just take that, measure from there to there, measure from there to there, and then we can just drill our hole and start trimming. Yeah. Well, now there she is. And rather than drill a hole out, there wasn't enough material, so I just ended up grinding it to where it looks more like a wedge, and it kind of wedges itself in there. And I figure if we just get it to the point where it bolts down hard enough, if I need to drill another hole through somewhere in here and somewhere in here, just so that way it has another little stopping bolt, that's fine. But for now, it works, and it already looks like my freaking angles, my angles. It looks like my angles might be off, but that's something else that's also bendable. So for now, I'm just gonna mount it up. We'll see where it sits, and then that way we'll kick it back and forth and all that, and we'll see if we need to modify. So let's freaking do that. And yeah, I think it's gonna work out quite nice. I love the look, honestly. It's ratty as hell, but come on. It's a freaking Scrambler rat bike. It's not meant to look good. Well, it's meant to look good, but it's not meant to look perfect. I mean, look at our 125. We love that freaking thing. So, yep, let's get it. Oh my God, getting old sucks. Oh, knees. Oh my gosh. I still have that leaning up on my Nash. Sorry about that, Nashy. Okay, let's do this. Yeah, that's definitely not the angle we're going for. Yeah. And that is definitely not going to work. All right, well, bolted on nice. Looks pretty decent. The bend on that is off, definitely. But, yeah, it needs that extra support. So I'm just going to drill a hole right through there and put a bolt through it. And then that'll hold that. And then hopefully from there, everything will kick out as it should. So far, so good, though. I'm stoked. It's looking like it's going to function perfect. We probably need to bend this a little more anyways, too, just to make it a little better for the bike once it's set up. But we'll figure that out once we're done. So let's freaking drill. Glad I grabbed the dole bit. BRB. All right. A little sharpening, which should be good to go. Oh yeah, much better. Woo-wee! That went through nice. And I bet you it's not the right size. Yeah. Guessers can't be winners. And I guess that stuff a lot. Next size up. Oh, really nice. Hell yeah. Make you holler for $1. One more size. There we go. That should do it. Perfect. Come on now. I was gonna say, don't embarrass me in front of my friends. Yep. Well, I feel like a dumbass. It's not the first time. But I'm sitting here freaking banging on this thing going, why is it not budging? It's bolted in there good. It's all set up. And that's because, yeah, let me show you. Maybe because it has a little safety lever switch thing. Oh, dear me. Yeah. Gosh dang it. Oh. Yeah, that's lame. I mean, it's funny. I don't care about it, but it's just, yeah. Anyways, it works. All right, let's get it off the lift and test it really quick. Cross your fingers. She's a little wobbly. I'm not gonna lie, but she's standing on her own, and our bend came out good. Holy crap. That actually came out pretty flush. So, yes, it works. Hell yeah. And it doesn't look bad. It's pretty freaking just like, I don't know, rando, but it works and functions and I like it. Holy crap. So stoked. And it's not leaning on anything, just so you guys know. No trickery. So, hell yeah. Freaking pumped on that. Nice. That's going to do it for me. That's sick. I love it. It fits the build. It fits our style. We're rat roddy. We like to build these just rando, find what you have laying around the shop type stuff. And it's going to work. I'm going to have to brace it up a little bit. I'm going to admit there are some areas where it felt a little like weak. So we'll weld some plate on the back, get it all chunked up a little bit more. But overall, it is where it needs to be. It's in a good position. It's in a good position when riding. I'm down. I'm super down. So yeah, with that, thank you guys so much for joining us on another episode of building a project that's been sitting for 7 years that we're finally getting to. Embarrassing to admit, but whatever. It is what it is. We're doing it now, right? Right? So thank you all so much. Thanks for all the new subscribers. Please like, share, comment, share with your friends. I don't beg, but I'm begging. I would love to grow even more. We keep getting new subscribers all the time. It's amazing. New people commenting. I love chatting with you guys. Hit us up on our social media. We're on Facebook, Instagram. We're on TikTok. We do a lot of shorts, a lot of goofy stuff with the kids and the family as well. A lot of this is all just shop stuff, adventure, vacation / shenanigans. But if you want some funny stuff, go to our shorts. We also have been documenting some of our little livelihood things with our fish in our pond. And you know, that for those of you who know, you know, it's pretty rad. I love it. But thank you all so much. We look forward to getting back on this thing, which is what we're doing next time. We're getting right back to it. Don't know what we're doing yet, but I do have a little bit of a poppity that might need to be next, I think. So, because we need to start getting that tank and seat on. But yeah, we'll get to that when we get to that. We love you guys. We'll see you in the next video. I thought you liked me. What's this guy? Come on. I thought we were friends. I built you. You came from me. Kick it off me.